fella.
That's the brandy box.
I made out of the 4-peak wood. Oh, yeah. That was the first thing I ever sewed. Here he is, he sits in there. Put your arm over to that. Should hold it.
Is it enough movement? Yeah. Bring that straight there, me see.
Why didn't you just put it on your tiller?
When you're on the main tiller and the boat's underway, if it's heavy seas, then it's all the hard work. It's just powering the whole boat. If you watch with the hydrovane, what they do is they lash the main tiller when they're running or motoring in really heavy weather. They won't use the wind vane. They lash the tiller, and they put the autohelm on the wind vane. So it's really just very light trimming. So there's very little wear and very little power consumption on the wind vane or on the autohelm.
Oh, wow. Can't see it working. Can you can you fucking see that working now? If it was that simple to do it, it would have been done in 1960.
I guarantee that will work. That's no reason why that won't work. That's exactly the same setup as a hydrovane. Just not using the vane bit. They're just using the autohelm onto the vane mechanics and the hydrovane. That's what they use. That's one of the big advantages of the hydrovane is it has that dual usage. You can use it for wind, but if you're just in really heavy seas or you're really long motoring, and you're not you don't use the wind, you're just motoring in fucking really heavy
But the
seas.
hydrovane is way longer than that. The hydrovane goes into the water about 1.5 meters. It's a big deep fucking.
It doesn't need to. On Peter Lamb's boat, he bought a second-hand one. He cut the thing. Actually, the shaft broke at one stage, and he just has a rudder about that size, doing a fucking boat about that size. It's trimming. You just don't get. No good talking to him at all. Turn off that before this comes to blows, wars, and using evidence in court.
Yeah. What do you think of? I have my fucking doubts.
I don't know.
It couldn't be that simple.
You've lost space in that boat, do you?
Hmm?
You've lost space in that boat. Can I get the bags off?
I didn't think he bought anything.
Fucking just big fucking mountain, a big arse. Where are you? I want to get away from the wife, you know what I mean? But it's just like the wife, you know, she'd be like that, very negative about it. Oh, jeez, this won't be shot over. Oh, boat. She goes, where are you going for the weekend? Why didn't you tell me? He says, I've tried to tell you on 10 occasions what we're doing, and the minute I mention boat, you just go, boat, I don't want to know. So that's kind of roughly it.
Well, we'll see. It'll get us out to the end of the bay and to the series. It'll probably work today, like.
Well, it's just
I couldn't see how it wouldn't work on 5 or 6 knots of wind, innit?
I always make it bigger. It's an experiment, as they say. It's just, but it's a small boat, this, so it doesn't need to be huge.
Yeah, the only thing I can see with it is that bolt.
That boat.
Oh yeah, that's kind of an error, because
Even if you just had a block.
Oh yeah, no.
In the
It
middle.
is purely, that was just fucking the quickest thing. When I first brought it out, the first thing I noticed was that I had this guy here. I just didn't have the angle, and I just needed to create a little bit of angle for the spin. In high insight, I should have put the thing a bit over more, but you know, that's why it's called experimental. It's just, what I could do is put 2 bolts there, which is, you know, in that then, but there won't be huge pressure on it. It's not huge, it doesn't, it's a trimming. This guy is doing all the fucking hard work. He's taking the effort of the boat. This guy is just adding the additional just correction.
Well, it'll be interesting.
It'd be interesting to see it fail.
And with that, I'm going down to cry.
Oh, geez.
You're lucky, Walter, that I'm thick-skinned. I can try might be dangerous things I see is this fucking shite now, wires and things. I'll have to put a little sort of somewhere to get the wire out of that.
I know, there's no need, you won't need to do that. Just give it a few days.
Oh yeah.
Try it out in a bit. Like today is kind of
perfect.
It might work today pretty good because you know the hot wind is in it. But I can't see it working yesterday now coming across there. I wouldn't think to be able to keep it.
Well, no, she won't never work good with the wind anyway. Because it's not designed. It's just a stage one of a couple of stages, if you know what I mean. So this is just the fucks either she steered the boat with the tiller lashed and motoring, in the motoring configuration. If she steers the boat in a motoring configuration or in a good reach situation.
Yeah, but you see, you should fire that on. Forget about the fucking yoke on it. Bring this boat out in 15 fucking 16 knots of wind. Seas like yesterday. Leave that on the back of it and forget about it. Set up your fucking thing, lash that, and just go back there with your hand. And see if you can fucking move that and if it keeps the boat straight. If you can steer the boat with that yoke with your hand, then you know you have, that's phase one.
That's what we're doing.
That right?